Well, welcome to the site again. This morning I thought I'd like to talk a little bit about our early travel here in Australia, and a lot of people relied upon fairly heavily the stagecoach to get from one place to another. And one of our biggest firms was a firm called Cobb & Co. One of their most famous drivers was a man called Mick. He was well known for the varied stories that he would tell to people to keep them amused on their travels. So I've called this poem Mick of Cobb & Co. There are tales I've heard aplenty of both common man and gentry, and the way they staked their claim in those hallowed halls of fame. But there's one man that I know who did drive for Cobb & Co. and could beat the lot at this time-honoured game. Known as Doherty or Mick, he did drive the coach in Vic, and his stories told to travellers far and wide. Though he was the biggest liar, people never seemed to tire of the tales he'd tell while on their daunting ride. But on one run from Melbourne town, this lady sought to bring him down. She decided she would not become his prey. Not too far into the ride, sitting there with Mick beside, she did open up to Mick and start to say, "I'm a hard one to deceive. Not a word will I believe. As a liar you were born, I'll just treat your yarns with scorn. Spin the tallest tale you're able. I'll not fall for any fable. I'm one sheep that you will find just won't be shorn." Well, Mick made out to be insulted, so a quiet time resulted, until about an hour or maybe two. Then he began to tell the tale about delivery of the mail, and the postman was an old man kangaroo. Mick had trained him to report, get the mail and how to sort, then deliver it to settlers all around. "I'll not have a word of that. I never heard such wasted chat," she said to Mick, who urged the horses on. But then fate a hand did lend as they swung around the bend. And every word of this, my friends, is true. Standing on the road ahead was a boomer, big and red, and he looked at Mick as though he really knew. Mick just gave the whip a crack, shouted, "None today, thanks, Jack," and the roo just up and hopped upon his way. The old lady was amazed. At the sight, wide-eyed she gazed, but Mick continued on, quite undeterred. On his face a wily grin, he had surely had a win, and the lady never said another word. You believe it? Well, I'd like to just spin a little yarn now, a little poem I wrote for all those dog owners who have dogs that get frightened when they hear thunder or they get a storm. I've called it a dog's tale. When dark clouds gather to turn day into night, and thunder does come with a roar, like a raging bull charging into the fight, our dog races through the back door. Straight under the bed without missing a beat, he races for cover to find, while me and the wife are left with the chore of cleaning up what's left behind. Well, that's it for today. Thank you.